Hey, what's up YouTube? This is We All Juggle Knives and Lights with a review of the Sunwayman C13R. It's a tiny little light, basically a pocket rocket. You can see fits in the palm of your hand. It also has a adapter where you can, or the threading where you can attach it to a tripod. That's interesting. It can also tail stand. It's got a smooth reflector. And you see the reflector and the emitter there. The bezel is actually stainless steel. That's a nice touch. It's all controlled by this side switch. Now this has 5 brightness levels. If you long press the side switch, it will shortcut to moonlight. That's moonlight. See, it's very faint. It's just for reading. Now if you just press this, it'll turn on, and it has a memory function, so it'll come on in whatever brightness level it was turned off in, except for moonlight. Now this is the maximum, 380 lumens. If you hold this down, it will cycle through 4 brightness levels. Basically everything but the moonlight. And in order to turn it off, you just press it again. Now this has 3 special modes. Whether it's on or off, it doesn't matter. If you double tap, you get to the strobe. Strobe warning. That's the strobe. Now if you hold it down, you can cycle through to SOS, and it also has a beacon mode, and back to strobe. Now to install or replace the battery, you just unscrew the body of the light from the head assembly. That's what that looks like. I'm using an Olight 16340. It comes with this adapter tube to keep it from rattling around. Now, in addition to this type of battery, it can also use just a regular CR123, and they say that it can use an 18350 too, although it has not worked with any of mine. I did try one of my Nitecore 18350s in here, and it did not work with the Nitecore, which is a bit disappointing because these are very high quality batteries of this type. And it's also a little bit puzzling because I have other Sunwayman lights that do work with the Nitecore. For example, this Sunwayman T13R, this has one of those Nitecore batteries in it right now, and it works fine with that. This is a nice little micro light. I'll include the link and review of this. So yeah, I'm not sure why this new Sunwayman doesn't work with that battery when the older models do. So I'm assuming that you need to use a shorter version of an 18350, maybe like a flat top. I don't really know, so if Sunwayman could somehow clarify that, that would be cool, because I was looking forward to using these Nitecore batteries in the light, especially since it's a high drain battery, so it probably could make the light be brighter. Yeah, so my current battery recommendation would be this type of Olight 16340. You can recharge that battery in the light by plugging it into any USB power source. In this case, I have a power bank flashlight. It does not come with a cable, so supply your own cable. When it's recharging, the indicator light will be red, and then that turns green when the battery is fully charged. And here we are on the front steps with this Sunwayman light, demonstrating that it can light your path. This is the highest brightness level. Yes, that's my foot. Alright, let's go around back and see what it does on the old testing board. Wow, check out how focused that hotspot is. You know, that's because of the smooth reflector, and that's going to give it good range for a small light. And here we are on the old testing board with this Sunwayman light. Let's cycle through the brightness levels. Just long press, boom. And that is as bright as it gets, which is actually pretty bright for such a small light. Now let's do the strobe. That's the strobe. Quite disorienting. And here is this little Sunwayman light on the wood bench. See you see that river of light going straight at the wood pile. And around that you can see the flood effect. perched up in the second story window with this Sunwayman light. It's a very small light, but it's decent at backyard ranges. There's the testing board. Let's move around. The wood pile. And it can kind of like barely reach those chairs in the distance. Well, actually it's doing pretty good for such a small light. So yeah, this is what the Sunwayman can do at from the second story window at backyard ranges. So final conclusions on this light. Okay, let's try to list the good parts and the bad parts. The good parts. It's USB rechargeable. It's got a stainless steel bezel. It's got a smooth reflector, so pretty good range for such a tiny light. It's just a very compact light in general. It's got a good quality side switch. Another thing that I like is that the turbo mode is in the main mode cycle. I like that. I don't like to have to do any sort of special double click, triple click or anything. That's good that it's in the normal mode cycle. And the long press to get to the moonlight, that's a good idea. I mean, that's a handy shortcut just for reading. So that all makes sense. And now the bad parts. It does not come with a recharging cable, and it doesn't work with my Nitecore 18350 batteries. And the brightness, 380 lumens. It's pretty bright for a small light, but there are brighter lights out there these days. I was really banking on using the higher amp battery, which would probably put this in the 500 lumen range, so yeah, it's not the brightest in its category. So, final conclusions on this light. Aside from the not using the Nitecore battery, and it could have been a little brighter, but overall, the fit and finish on this is really superb. Check that out. I mean, that looks, it's just very attractive. It's also just really compact. I like the smooth reflector. It gets the most range out of such a small light. And I like the interface. It makes sense. So yeah, for the price, I actually do think it's pretty good. This light is available at GearBest.com. The normal price is $45. But they have a coupon that makes it $37, which, I like $37 a lot more than $45. So I will include the link and the discount code in the text description box. I don't know how long that discount will last, so take advantage. I will include a link to my other Sunwayman reviews as well. Hope you enjoyed seeing this light. This has been We All Juggle Knives and Lights. I'm out.